day, and a lot of I just started thinking about a lot of things that are pretty inconvenient and just we question why the fuck it exists. And it doesn't really get talked about. I mean, it gets talked about, but not that often, I would think. I mean, I could be wrong, but hell, who knows? But in any case, I think I am gonna come at y'all today with a few of just unpopular opinions, just in general, of just everyday life, real life things that we all pretty much go through. We can agree to disagree on any of these topics. We can talk about it in the chat box. We can talk about it in the comment section when this video eventually gets uploaded to YouTube. Hell, we can even have another episode where I bring somebody on that may not agree with something that I said. We can talk about it though. But in any case, y'all, here's some few things that I feel like somebody got to say it. You know what I'm saying? So, without further ado, sit back, grab a snack, and let's chat. First on my list is I personally feel like car insurance is a scam. First of all, car insurance is, well, we all know car insurance is expensive for no goddamn reason, especially in the state of Louisiana, even double so in the city of New Orleans. It's based on demographic, age, and of course the vehicle that you're trying to insure. But my question is, and I know people always give the answer to this, but my question is, why does one day determine if my rates are goddamn cut in half? And when I say that, I mean when you turn 25, your insurance rates immediately just fucking plummet. You know what I'm saying? But when you're 24, them shits are sky high. I don't really understand it. I know people say, "Oh, when you're older, you're less likely to get into an accident, or you're more uh whatever the case." I don't understand it. I mean, I feel like I don't drive no better now than I did when I was 24. I mean, I've always been a good driver for the most part. I mean, I haven't gotten into any accidents that were my fault. Uh, maybe one, but I mean, fuck, that's one. Then what pisses me off the most is you go based on a 6 month policy, right? Some of them have annual policies. You pay it month to month, right? If you don't file a claim throughout that policy period, the insurance companies should be giving you some sort of money back. I don't understand why they don't do that. Well, actually, I do understand corporate fucking greed, duh. But they still should give you something back. Like, if I don't use y'all, why in the fuck don't I get anything back? Like, come on now. Zip codes getting different rates. I mean, shit. 70127 got higher rates than 70126 for some odd reason. Literally a few blocks from where the hell I live at. Has lower insurance rates than where I live at now. It's a scam, y'all. Don't fall for the genjutsu. Next on my list is credit scores or just the way to punish poor people for being poor. And I feel like that system was designed to keep people behind. You can work your entire fucking life paying your bills on time, being responsible with your money, getting your credit cards paid off, paying off your loans, blah, blah, blah. Your score might jump up. It'll go up, but it's going to take some time to get there. However, when you flip the script, you miss one payment, you got one late payment, or whatever the case may be, your shit dipping immediately like 10 points. And 10 points is a big fucking difference when it comes to credit. I mean, shit, a 590, I'm not getting nothing. But as soon as I hit 600, oh, Julian, we got this offer for you to get some loan that we'll give you $1,000, but you got to pay us back like $5,000 at the end of the term. Just a way to get more of your money out you. Corporate greed is a motherfucker, especially to people who aren't financially literate, which I will get to as well. Not only that though, we got mortgages, we got dealerships. I mean, hell, we use our credit score to apply for car loans, to get finance vehicles, to lease vehicles. for mortgage rates, or whatever the case may be. But it just seems like they follow a different scoring system than what's available to us. Because if I go on Credit Karma or like Experian, and I get it, you know what I'm saying, those aren't really meant to be taken that serious. It's more of a, you kind of know where you're at in a window. But if my Credit Karma score says six, let's just say for example 670, okay, that's an amazing credit score. If I go to apply for a car loan or I go try to get me a new whip, they coming back talking about, oh, your credit score came back like 620 something, 630 something. What? 630? What the fuck? Where the rest of my 40 points at, motherfucker? So, and I've been through that before, y'all. Like when I first got my Honda Civic, when I checked my credit scores on Experian and Credit Karma, both of them was like six. It was like 640, 650. When I went to Honda to get when I went to Honda to get the damn vehicle, the dude came back and told me that my credit score came back as I think he said a 602 or something like that. So I'm thinking to myself, where the fuck is the rest of my score at? Where the hell are my numbers at? Like my shit is definitely higher than that. But they follow some different scoring system that clearly us peasants don't have fucking access to because we're not good enough. Fuck y'all. Next one, daylight savings time. What the fuck purpose does it serve? Why is daylight savings time a thing? I mean, why the hell do we have to wake up an hour earlier? Why do we have to wake up an hour later? Why do we have to push our clocks back an hour earlier and then set them back an hour later? Why are we losing sleep? Because time said so. Who the fuck invented time? Who the fuck is time to tell us when the hell to get up in the morning? You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I guess it is what it is. Next one I want to talk about. Uh, HOAs are just a way for nosy neighbors to feel powerful. And I mean, hell, y'all, somebody gonna come at me stupid for this, but most of the time it be them old white women. Let's just be honest. You old white women, y'all just want somebody to control. Y'all just want something to make you feel good. You probably ain't had no sex in God knows how long. So all of this frustration that you got, you're taking it out on people that just now moved into your neighborhood. Oh, we're a good people. We don't have all of this noise going around and this and that, and we're in bed by a certain time and yada yada yada. Bitch, I don't care. That is you. That is not me. I'm 31 years old. I got my life to live. Just because your ass is old and decrepit and probably ain't had no dick in who the fuck knows how long, you're not about to tell me what the hell I can and can't do in my own house. Now I understand gated communities, whatever. I understand y'all have certain, unwritten rules that y'all like to follow, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? I'm all for that. But I'm not your child. You're not gonna tell me what and what not to do in my own house. And if you try that shit, we're gonna have a problem. My yard is my yard. What I do inside my house is my business. If I decide I want my grass to look like a forest, then that's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna do that though, because I know y'all be wanting to call goddamn managers and shit and want to put fines on people's houses and y'all just want some. You just want somebody to fucking control. That's all it is. And yes, like I said, it's typically old white women. But that's not to outlaw the old black women too, because a lot of y'all are miserable as well and like to do the same shit. Respect with respect to all my elders though, of course. But I'ma always keep it real. Streaming services are slowly becoming cable again. And it's not talked about enough, in my opinion. Let's look at it like this. When we had cable back in the day, we had our TV guide, whatever, the channels, what was on at that turn time, and was, to follow. We don't have that anymore. But let's take what we have now compared to how cable was back then. You got your live TV, which is basically live streaming. Hulu has it, Sling has it, ESPN has it now, and I'm pretty sure somebody else got it. You even got DirecTV streaming. Commercials back then are ads nowadays. It's literally cable without the use of extra cables. without the use of a satellite dish, without the use of a big ass remote control. It's literally the same thing, except we're possibly paying a little bit less. I mean, I'm gonna take that with a grain of salt now because the prices are starting to jump up too. I remember we used to have Sling, and that was like $50 a month. But the only thing is, it did not come with nowhere near as much as what I wanted. The shit didn't even come with Cartoon Network. How the fuck you got a streaming service with no Cartoon Network? Come on now, what y'all doing? They had Disney though, but no Cartoon Network. Even had Nickelodeon, but no Cartoon Network. Tripping. It's literally cable without the additional wires. And I feel like streaming is, we just gonna move on from that. We gonna move on. Sick days and mental health days should be a completely separate entity, more or less. If I want to call out of work because I have a and this is just hypothetically speaking, if I want to call out of work because mentally I'm not there, why do I have to be penalized a sick day for that? Why do I have to use a sick day? I'm not. I mean, technically, no, I'm not sick, but I'm burnt out, motherfucker. Like I basically live in y'all place of business, and I visit my own home. I should be able to take a day off or two just because I fucking want to, and shouldn't be penalized for it. And while we at it, speaking of, while we talking about these corporate entities, and I'm about to be on y'all ass right now. First of all, matter of fact, where is that fucking page at? Y'all know I got to keep my notes because I got this gonna probably end up being like 2 or 3 parts because I got so much shit. But like I said, yo, first of all, the 40-hour work weeks, I feel like that was designed by somebody who had somebody else at home doing all the housework. This shit ain't built for a single person doing both, especially somebody with kids. Like, come on now. I gotta work 40 hours a week. They only got 24 hours in a day. So 40 hours a week is 8 hours per day on a 5-day work week. I got 8 hours to sleep. I have 8 hours of work. I only have 8 hours to myself. I only have a third of my day to myself. That is crazy. And I mean, and I get it, not everybody sleeps 8 hours. Some people get off work late, so they might not have those full 8 hours to themselves. Which is why it goes back to what I'm saying that the 40-hour work week, I feel like it was designed by somebody that, again, had somebody else to handle all that housework because that shit is not easy. Even with a two-parent household working 40 hours a week and still trying to maintain a household, that shit is not easy, bro. It's just not. And anybody who says otherwise is a fucking lie, in my opinion. Either you're a liar or you got somebody else helping you. That's just my take on that. But stand on you fucking greedy ass companies. Any company that prohibits their employees from having their phones on them during the workday, you need to be burned down. I'm not saying I'm gonna do it. Don't take that shit out of context. I'm not an arsonist, but you motherfuckers, y'all are the worst ones. Cause what are we doing? Like, we're still in high school. Like, what? The last time I got told I couldn't have my phone on me was in college, and I told that teacher, "No, you're not about to tell me, a grown ass man with other priorities, that I can't have my phone on me. No, I'm not gonna be on it during class, of course not. But you're not gonna tell me to turn my phone off. I'm not turning my phone off. You got me fucked up." And just like with the companies, you're not gonna tell me that I can't have my phone on me. Like, you got me fucked up. I have a wife, I have a kid, I have a family, I have other responsibilities. And again, this is hypothetically speaking. You're not gonna tell me that I can't have my phone on me. I quit before I ever turn my phone into any fucking body. Staying on, then that's the last one about you fucking greedy ass corporations. The retail companies or any company for that matter that implement that stupid ass point system, you also deserve to be closed down. Because again, what are we doing? Now you're taking attendance on what the fuck I when I show up and what days I show up. If I show up late, oh, I get a half a point. What? What are we in Met class now? If I show up late, I get a half a point. If I don't show up, I get a point. If I call off, I get a point. And I'm not saying that's how it happens, but I've seen it before. I know Walmart has it, Whole Foods has it, and I'm pretty sure Target probably has it. there's a lot of retail stores that I'm pretty sure has this dumbass childish system treating their goddamn employees like we're still in middle school. I don't respect that at all. I respect y'all for shit fucking fighting through that shit because man, me shit, with my lack of patience, man, look, point point my fucking head, bitch. Man, boy. Let me move on. All right. Let's go back to now I'm about to get on some of our schools. I feel like schools teach our black kids how to live in a white man's society. And let me explain why I say that. Let's think about it this way. Schools are from 8 to 3, right? The normal workday is 9 to 5. Schools teach us how to fall in line, not how to create our own lanes. They love to teach us the whitewashed version of history. They love to fucking teach that, oh, Christopher Columbus discovered America and this and that. But they never talk about what really happened. They don't talk about how no Christopher Columbus, and I've talked about this before in a prior episode, and I'm gonna talk about it again. You're gonna sit there and like it, or you can get the fuck. Christopher Columbus did not discover shit. Christopher Columbus stole this fucking land from the indigenous people who were already inhabiting the land. Indigenous people discovered America. Christopher Columbus just took credit for the shit. And if you got a problem with that, fight me. Schools, again, they love to teach the whitewash version of history. They love to teach the basics. They never teach about black history. They don't teach kids about financial literacy. They don't teach about credit scores. They don't teach about mortgages and car payments and anything that comes with having a line of credit. They don't teach about opening your own business. I mean, that shit comes when I tell you there was probably what the hell? Oh, about to say. Oh, you say you can't hear. Okay, it's back. All right, cool, cool, cool. All right. Had a technical difficulties. I don't know what the fuck happened just now. But anyway, like I was saying, schools like to teach the whitewash version of history. They don't teach about financial literacy. They don't teach about the real black history that actually happened. They don't talk about generational wealth. They don't talk about again financial literacy, credit, different things like that, how to manage your money, just bank rates, APR rates, different things like that. Anything that falls under financial literacy, they don't teach that kind of stuff. They're teaching in the white schools, but our black schools, you're not gonna see that. You might get one school that might get lucky enough to have a teacher that's willing to teach that, and I guarantee it's probably going against the curriculum though. Oh man, and I hate that too. I hate that for our younger generation. And I hated it for our older generation because they had to learn the shit the hard way. They had to learn it through trial and error. And it's like I shouldn't be learning about this from the mistakes of my own people. I should be able to learn about this at the school that I'm attending. That my folks are paying God knows how fucking much, way more than what it was worth, to be honest with you. I should be able to learn that there. But no, instead, we got football coaches teaching us black history. And we got it to the point where we laughing at the motherfucker when he say he got work for us. I'm so for real, y'all. In my old African American studies class back in high school, and again, this isn't a knock to anybody from St. Aug or wherever. It was so bad that when our teacher slash football coach said we had work, we would literally bust out laughing at him. That is like back in the day, I thought it was funny, but looking back at it, that was some pathetic shit that we used to do. But we ain't know no better. I mean, fuck, he wasn't teaching us. I think I probably had 3 or 4 good teachers throughout my course of high school. 3 or 4. The thing about it like that, this is 4 years of high school, right? 8 classes per year. This is 32 total classes. 3 or 4 of them actually had good teachers that I actually learned, and that's not good. Okay, man, talking about stuff like this just irritates me because we should have it so much better than what we have it, and it sucks because we're the ones suffering for the shit. Well, these fucking other people is sitting there laughing. Um, let's get back to man. I hate talking about stuff like this because it irritates me so much. Because I'm so passionate about our generation and our folks and our black people learning more than what we know, and the fact that we always just get the short end of the stick, no matter what it is. Like it's just it's embarrassing. Like it's fucked up. It really is. All right, let me get a little bit more lighthearted before I get pissed off again. The fact that the next one, the fact that I have to negotiate a salary means that companies already know that they're underpaying. If salary negotiation is a thing, that clearly says that, oh hey, yeah, we're underpaid. We know we're gonna underpay you. We're gonna start at the very bottom. And only if you're intelligent enough to ask for it and you can prove yourself, then we'll consider going up towards the middle, which ain't that fucking much. They might increase your shit by a dollar, dollar 50 more. All right. I said I was gonna pivot from the fucking corporations, but man, they pissed me off so much, yo. All right, I promise this is gonna be the last one about an entity. Then I promise I'm going back to something more lighthearted. The fact that water, which is something that every human being needs to survive, the most abundant renewable resource, the strongest moving resource, the fact that we can be shut off from it with for not paying a bill is straight up greed to me. And sewage and water board, I mean this directly to you motherfuckers. Y'all are probably the most corrupt and greedy entity in the city of New Orleans, other than City Hall. The fact that, and you know what, yo, I don't get it. Like I just don't get it. The fact that y'all are already charging us for something that's renewable. We can literally walk down the street and get water. Not don't get me wrong. It ain't gonna be clean water, but still though, all in all, yo, like there are states that probably don't pay for water. There's probably other countries that don't pay for water or electricity. But we gotta be the ones to do that. And then it's like they keep raising the fucking prices of it. I don't know if y'all remember, but the new mayor, Helena, she implemented this goddamn whatever you call it. Basically, she brought forward to the board to increase the rates by $24 for everybody's water bill. And this isn't giving us, extra water or an additional day of trash pickup because a lot of us, like my street, for example, we get our trash picked up once a week. And I had a conversation with one of my little brothers about this too. And where he was telling me that, they're human beings and I told him I fully understand that. But my point of the matter was if we're gonna be paying more, we're already paying out the ass for the shit. If we're gonna be paying more, at least give us one more day of trash pickup. That's all we ask. I don't mind paying additional money if we're gonna be getting our trash picked up more often. If our streets are gonna be repaired more often, I know sewage and water, but they ain't got really nothing to do with that. But still, all in all, like underground pipes are in the wrong places. We got a water main on our property that, and I know from experience because when we was trenching, running some plumbing for our house, I actually cut the shit myself. Well, fucking water shooting out like a damn geyser. And then they had the nerve to charge us for that. And they really want to charge us for that. Like, no. A water main should not be on anybody's property, bro. Like, what the fuck is y'all on? Like, y'all too worried about that boom boom room. That's the problem. All right, y'all. Let's get a little more lighthearted because I'm starting to get pissed off again. Okay. I'm gonna switch over to a couple of sports and then I'm gonna switch back to us as a black people, and then that'll be it. This is gonna probably be part one. Well, yeah, this is part one. I'm gonna have another part and probably a trilogy to this. To be honest with you, PlayStation. I need y'all to stop fucking around, and I need y'all to add these old Tekken games to the library. I'm sick of playing Tekken 8. Tekken 8 stresses me out to no end. Tekken 7 is dead. I never did care for Tekken 7 like that. Tekken 6 sucks. Tekken 5, I mean, you added Dark Resurrection or the PSP version, but why? When we got Tekken 5 right there. The real shit, the PS2 version. Tekken Tag, Tekken 4, Tekken 5. Hell, Max Payne 2. I've been seeing something about that supposed to be on there, but shit, that was way back in PS4 days. But how y'all got Max Payne 1 on there, but not Max Payne 2? Come on now. The Dragon Ball series, Budokai, Budokai 1, 2, 3. Hell, I'll even live with the fucking HD collection, which I didn't care for. But I'll settle on that. The HD collection is just fine. The Tenkaichi series. I mean, what are y'all doing, Sony? Y'all are really fumbling when it comes to adding these retro games to y'all library, and it's starting to irritate. Like it's irritating because I'm a avid Sony gamer. Like I've always had a PlayStation. I've had every single PlayStation from one to the five that I own right now, and I wish we could get back to those days. I mean, I'm a retro gamer, so this is strictly based on opinion, and this is hella biased. I will admit that. But I just like the older games better than the new shit. I mean, the new shit is just rinse repeat. It's always the same mechanics over and over again. The old games, at least they had their own style. I mean, they were all unique. They all had something that set them apart from others. I mean, hell, the whole game came with the release, not just bits and parts of it that we got to pay for down the line in the forms of DLC, which is basically just a cheap cop out to say, hey, we didn't have enough time to finish the game, so we're gonna just release this portion of it and then charge you fucking suckers for the rest of it. Moving on. I've said this before as well, and I'm gonna stress it again. Eli Manning is not, is not, is not a Hall of Fame quarterback. I really wish y'all would stop glazing this man's nuts. Y'all always want to talk about, and that's another thing too. Sports debates are so fucking inconsistent nowadays. Y'all always want to talk about, oh, y'all awarding mediocrity when it comes to LeBron James for 4-6 record in the finals. Oh, we not about to reward mediocrity. But yet y'all the same motherfuckers that turn around and say Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer just because he beat Tom Brady twice. Nick Foles beat Tom Brady in the Super Bowl too. Nobody even talks about him. Every time that game is brought up, it's always the Philly special. But Eli gets a fucking pass. And look, I'm not biased against Eli. No hate to Eli. Hell, me and him grew up in the same city. Shit, my mama probably taught him, and don't even. And no, I don't think she did. But in any case, yeah, we all in the same city, so it's all love. You know what I'm saying? Nola natives. But I'm not gonna be delusional about it. I refuse to be delusional. Yes, his two wins against Tom Brady are something of note. However, he has a career 500 record. So in what world does that warrant a Hall of Fame induction? Like we got quarterbacks that do way better than him that just made the Hall of Fame or haven't even made it yet. Drew Brees is miles better than Eli Manning, and he just made the Hall of Fame. Drew Brees is a first ballot Hall of Famer, and he just made the Hall of Fame. They got some fucking quarterbacks that probably ain't even made it yet that are probably better than goddamn Eli Manning. Hell, I take Donovan McNabb over Eli Manning, and I'm so for real. He ain't in the Hall of Fame. At least I don't think he's in the Hall of Fame. I could be wrong, but to the best of my knowledge, Donovan McNabb ain't in the Hall of Fame. That's one of the topics we could discuss, though. I'm not gonna talk about that too much. Um, Moving on to the NBA. Nowadays, I feel like NBA debates are just unbearable to have. I mean, it's so inconsistent. People like to bring up rings. People talk about, oh, XYZ is better than ABC because he got two rings and ABC ain't got nothing. To that, I say this to the motherfuckers that love to bring up rings. And don't get me wrong, championships is it's a talking point. Don't get me wrong, it is. It plays a factor in how you rank your players. But if you go solely based off of records or rings, should I say, championships, that would mean you would rank Jeremy Lin. Jeremy Lin now, Lin Sanity, you would have him over guys like Chris Paul, let's see, Steve Nash, John Stockton, and equal footing with guys like Jason Kidd. Now, come on now. How much sense that made? Jeremy Lin of all people? No. That would mean you would have Danny Green, who has 3 rings, right? You would rank Danny Green over people like James Harden, Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, equal footing with, let me see, how many rings D Wade got? D Wade got 3 rings, so equal footing with D Wade. You put him over guys like Donovan Mitchell, fucking Anthony Edwards. Just it doesn't make sense, does it? My point. Also, what I don't like, and this is probably the part that irritates me the most, when opinions differ, people love to say that, oh, you don't know about, oh, you stupid, or you an idiot. It's just the childish insults, and I have tough skin. I don't give a fuck what you tell me because I'm always gonna stand on my opinions. But it's just I feel like it's so rare to have a intelligent and respectful NBA debate nowadays without people getting all in their feelings and people raising their tones and people insulting you and questioning your intelligence. And I don't like that kind of shit. If you're gonna question my intelligence, if you're gonna scream, if you're gonna get all emotional about the shit, I'd rather not have the conversation with you at all. I'm gonna just be honest. And I'm gonna give y'all an example. I'm about to piss a lot of people off, but I've said it before as well. In my opinion, by definition, I think Chris Paul is a better point guard than Steph Curry. By definition now. I will admit though, and I do understand that my definition of a point guard is vastly different from today's definition of a point guard, which is why I have nothing but the utmost respect for Steph Curry and what he's done. Hell, I'd even go as far as say he's a better player than point guard, player than Chris Paul. But I will stand on what I say though, as far as like the IQ, the passing ability, and just the overall floor general esque of Chris Paul, it's unmatched. Steph Curry cannot do that. But when it comes to shooting, dominance, winning culture, whatever you want to call it, yeah, I'll give it to Steph because he literally changed the game. Some people may argue for the worse, some people might argue for the better. I would argue for the worse, but I would also argue that it's not his fault that it's been changed for the worse. He just played to his strength. His strength just so happened to catch on and become basically a global phenomenon to where everybody wants to shoot threes now. The mid range game is a lost art. Post game is a lost art. Defense is a fucking lost art. It's all about dunking on a motherfucker or shooting a three. All right. I'm at 33 minutes. I got 2 more for y'all, and then I'm gonna end it for the day. And we're gonna come back with the part 2. Black people, let's have a conversation. I really need y'all to start leaving these fucking relationship conversations alone, especially on y'all podcast. And I'm not saying if you gonna do it, hey, you're gonna do it regardless. I get it. You know what I'm saying? If it's bringing you views, if it's making you money, by all means, have at it. I'm not one to stop nobody's back. However, I will say this conversation, this relationship conversation shit, this 50-50 shit, what do you bring to the table? Men think they're the prize, women think they're the prize. Oh God, I can't deal with a man that don't make this much. So I can't deal with a woman who ain't submissive like this. Oh God damn it, please shut the fuck up, y'all. Please. I don't Nobody cares what your preference is. That's your preference. That's your life, bro. Who are you to try to convince somebody else that they shouldn't be dating somebody that don't make a certain amount? Or they shouldn't be dating somebody who ain't submissive in this way. Y'all get on my nerves with this shit. I swear y'all do. And no, I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater. I know people gonna call me a hater and they gonna say that I'm probably lonely and this and that. No, I'm far from lonely, you bitch. I can promise you that I'm far from lonely. I'm far from being a hater. I am far from being broke. So you can eat my nuts. All right. The last one that I'm gonna talk about is black people again. Y'all. I think this is the only thing that probably irritates me more than this coming back to these fucking relationship conversations. This probably irritates me more than anything. What the fuck is wrong with y'all and y'all communication, dog? Why do we act like communication is poisonous to us? Why can't a simple text, bro? Like, especially when the motherfucker's trying to conduct business. If I'm trying to get at you for something and I don't hear back from you for 2, 3 days, what the fuck you want me to do? Like, I'm immediately turned off because I can't do business with people who don't communicate, bro. And ladies, I feel y'all pain, bro, because I see all y'all stories on social media about y'all booking these hair appointments with your hairdressers and having bad communication and them not answering you, them giving you the wrong shit because they heard you wrong. Just the manners are just unprofessional, bro. And oh man, ladies, I feel for y'all so much, and I salute y'all for putting up with that shit because I couldn't do it. Like as a business owner myself, I couldn't sit there and picture me not having good communication. It's like one of my biggest pet peeves, bro. Like, and I know it might be, over the top or petty, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Communication is key. And it's a key that a lot of black people seem to misplace. We got to stop misplacing our communication keys, y'all. We have to keep those. Why we just got to communicate, bro. Even if it's a simple text, y'all. Communicate with each other, y'all. And then y'all wonder why we can't never get shit together. Y'all wonder why we can't never get ahead and shit. It starts with communication. Something as simple as, hey, look, yada yada yada. All right, cool. All right, or text, yada yada yada. Be here. This is that. This is what's happening. XYZ. It's too simple, y'all. It is too simple. And then y'all want to sit there and talk about, oh, I didn't see my phone, or oh, I was busy. Now that I understand. Having your own life, you're busy, cool. But this is more so like I'm really more being particular towards like if you're trying to conduct business with somebody, not like simple communications. Okay, that's whatever. Like, yeah, that can be annoying at times, but hell, I'm not here to police nobody. I'm talking about mainly if you're trying to conduct business with somebody. Again, y'all, as a business owner, as business owners, my message to you: improve your communication. And if your communication sucks with your friends, it probably sucks on your fucking professional life too. So if you think I'm being petty about not communicating with your friends, trust me, I'm not. All that shit plays a factor because, like I said, if your communication sucks with your people, the people that you jokes every day, with casual talk, 9 times out of 10, your communication sucks with professional talk, and that's not good. That's all I got for y'all today. We're gonna be back with a part 2 when I calm the fuck down. Oh man, them damn corporations, y'all. It's a bitch to deal with. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. This video will be on YouTube either tomorrow or Friday, and we'll be back with part 2